Hello, y'all. My name is Andrew Jimenez, and today I will be talking to you about HEB and how shopping at HEB will change your grocery trip into an experience you'll love. So, getting to shopping, overall, shopping is we could agree that it's more feels more like a chore and just feels um, overall just overwhelming. Not finding the stuff you want to, and most of us spend hours a week on shopping and high prices, long lines, and just it's just boring in general. You know, here are some reasons why I believe grocery trips are not as enjoyable. Are because the high cost. You know, going to a store, you just feel like everything's just so high. The fruits, vegetables, the meats, everything is just so high. Um, Another reason could be the low quality store brands. A lot of these stores these days, since everything's so high, they choose the quantity over quality, and you just nothing's. It's just not as fresh, or um, it's not as fresh as it could be. And you see these store brands that are choosing the cheap brands that are just not as good, and also lack of freshness. There's items that have been on the shelves for days that have expired, and they just don't have. A lot of these stores just choose to, they stop caring, and they just don't really do much for their stores. But at HEB, you know everything's better. You got your unmatched quality. You got freshly fruits, meats. Everything you find is fresh. Nothing's expired. Everything you find is well packaged and just in good condition. And at HEB, they choose quality over quantity, so they will never go for the cheapest stuff. From where they buy their their food at, their vegetables, their meats and fruits. Everything they make sure everything is well packaged and well, made fresh, and they check the expiration dates and everything to make sure it's not expired. It's not about to expire. And their local sourcing. They work directly with farmers, with local farmers and suppliers. So you know they have everything freshly made and organized. And some things that HEB is well known for is their warm tortillas. A lot of customers come back for them. Um, their ice cream as well, and their select ingredients. They have simple labels. Everything is easy to see at HEB. They have every aisle. Every aisle is organized well. You don't just got your you got seasonings. You got food aisles from other countries. It's very diverse. You got it's just so much to shop for so for a good price, and you'll find what you need there. It's a big store, so you have everything you need in one store, and you don't have to make multiple trips. as to these other stores that you can't find something, you have to go to another store. But here at HEB, you will find everything you need. Overall, HEB is more than just a store. It has pride. You know, they give some of their percentage to schools, to food banks, and charities. To help them out, and their customer first culture is very, they're very friendly. I personally went last week, and it's just a great environment. All the workers there are so nice, and they just help you, and they actually want to help you, find what you're looking for. And as here in this picture, it's a hurricane happened, and they're giving back to the community, and they're the helping charities out, and they do a lot of that as well. um, Overall, HEB is a great store, grocery store, and it will make your shopping experience different. You could feel the difference when you walk in and when you look around. And yeah, thank you.